Today I will show you how to create your own Excel database that you can use as data source for your other templates. Basically, an Excel database is a spreadsheet with rows and columns of data, organized and formatted in a way that Excel formulas can use the data easily. It can also use as a good data source for our other future templates. We will also use a pivot table and pivot slicer to give us a nice and clean summary of what we have in our database. In my next video we will create a daily attendance file and we will use this template as our data source. In this video we will use two Excel formulas, one is to combine text from different cells into one cell and the other is the function in Excel that sets the first character in each word uppercase and the rest to lowercase. After opening a blank workbook you need to organize your header as clean and complete as possible, then consolidate all needed information below. In this video we are missing two columns from our headers. The tenure and last first name column. But before we complete the information for column A, we will use proper function for column B and C to make our template more professional. We will insert two columns to place the proper formula for column B and C. In cell D2, type equals proper B2, then press enter. You can also convert the text to lowercase by typing equals lower b2 instead. Use upper function in cases where you need to convert text to uppercase. Copy the formula in cell E2, then drag to bottom. Paste value the copied cells to column B and C. Then you may now delete the extra columns. To fill in the missing information in column A, we will use different formula. Type equals concatenate, then click the cells that we need to combine. Equals concatenate cell C2 quote unquote, then quote unquote space, then cell B2 then enter. Copy then drag to bottom. Next is the tenure column. To compute the tenuity of each and every active employee we need to create a scenario. If the status in column G is active, subtract the today formula to hired date. If the status is not active, the formula will return a dash sign. After completing all the information for our database, we will now create a table within Excel. Remember, there should be no blank column or header in between columns to avoid getting error in creating pivot table. First, highlight all the cells that contain information, then use your mouse to select the cells that contain the information for the table. Click the Insert tab, then locate the tables group. Click Table. A Create Table dialog box will open. If you have column headings, check the box My Table has headers. Verify that the range is correct, click OK. Change the table style. Click the Design tab, locate the Table Styles group. Then choose a style or color option that appeals to you. You can also freeze the top row and first column for easy navigation. Go to View tab, then locate Freeze Panes, then choose the first option. We are now done with our database table. We can now rename the sheet as Master List, then we'll summarize it using Pivot. You can either open a pivot table on the Insert tab or Design tab. Click Summarize with Pivot Table. dialog box will appear. Excel automatically selects the data for you. The default location for a new pivot table is New Worksheet. And click OK. To get the total active headcount for each site, drag the account managers down to supervisor level to the rows area. Drag the status to the filters area and the username to the values area to count the employees in Masterlist tab. You can now edit the pivot headers to active headcount. Filter the active agents and then choose a style or color of your table. Since we will use the same data source for our next pivot table, we can just Control-copy the first table and Control-V or paste to another cell. Second view will be the teams under each managers. We will just remove the account in the rows label area. We will now change the pivot table headers. For first set we will change it to account view and team view for the second set. And then we will change the color and style of the second set. To insert a pivot slicer, click any single cell inside the dataset. On the Pivot Table Analyze tab, click Insert Slicer. In the Insert Slicers dialog box, select the checkbox of the pivot table fields for which you want to create a slicer. Then click OK. Change the style or color, and then we'll do the same process for our second table. To connect two pivot tables, click inside the slicer set. Go to Slicer Tools option, then locate Pivot Table Connections. Choose the table that you want to connect, then hit OK. And now you are done creating your own Excel database. Plus a summary of your active headcount. You can use it as your data source for your other future templates. On my next video, we will create a daily attendance file. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button for more updates. Thank you.